guys let me know when you got your phones all fired up and ready.
Ready.
Ready. Yep.
Okay, start with our seatbelt. Our seatbelt is securely mounted. It extends, it retracts, it latches, it unlatches. It is not cut, torn, or frayed. I have a 10-pound ABC fire extinguisher, fully charged, up to date with an AG safety pin in place. It is securely mounted within reach of the driver, and if it was not within reach of the driver, it'd be in the side box, and the side box must be marked. I have spare fuses for every circuit, unless I have a circuit breaker, and I have 3 red reflective triangles that are in good condition and able to stand on their own. I'm now going to perform a neutral safety start. When you do this, turn your key to on position. Then you're going to tell them, when I start my truck, I'm going to hold my hand on the key. I'm going to watch for my oil pressure to rise within 5 seconds. If it does not rise within 5 seconds, I'll shut my truck off to save my engine from damage. I'm also going to look for my ABS light to go on and go off. If my ABS light stays on, that means I have a fault with my system. This is called the neutral safety start, so it's neutral, safety, start. My oil pressure did rise and my ABS light did go on and go off. Next, I'm going to look at my mirrors. My mirrors, they're securely mounted. They're not cracked or broken. They are clean and they are adjusted to me. My windshield is securely mounted. It's not cracked or broken. It's clean. It has no illegal stickers and no obstructions. My wiper arms are securely mounted. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. My wiper blades are securely mounted. They're not cut, torn, or frayed. They make good contact with the windshield, and my washer fluid sprays evenly across my window. Then I'm going to come to my steering wheel. My steering wheel has no more than 2 inches or 10 degrees of free play in a 20-inch wheel. My city horn, my air horn, both work properly. I'm now going to go in and do my indicator lights. My left turn signal works. My right turn signal works. My high beam indicator works. And my 4-way indicators work. Then I'm going to look at my gauges. My oil pressure is rising between 20 and 60 psi. My coolant temperature is rising to normal between 150 and 210. My voltmeter reads between 12 and 14. And my air gauges are at normal operating pressure between 120 and 125 psi. Then I'm going to go down. I'm going to do my defrost. My defrost works. I'm going to check my heater, and my heater works. I'm then going to go down at my pedals. All my pedals have to be well grooved. They have to be free of grease, oil, debris. If any grease or oil is present. And no obstructions. Okay, my pedal has no more, my clutch has no more than 1 to 2 inches of free play, and my brake pedal is firm to touch. When released, they all come back up to the upright position. I'm now going to do a brake check. I'm going to place my truck in low gear. I'm going to push in my yellow knob, and I'm going to check my trailer spring brakes. That worked properly. Now I'm going to push in my red knob, and I'm going to check my tractor spring brakes. That worked properly. Now I'm going to push in both my knobs. I'm going to pull down on my trailer hand service valve, tug against that, and that worked properly. Now I'm going to check my foot service brake. I'm going to move the truck 3 to 5 miles an hour ahead. I'm going to push in my clutch and then my brake, and that my steering wheel should not move to the left or the right. If it does move to the left or the right, that's a possibility of 1 of 5 problems. Low tire pressure, a brake out of adjustment, a bad suspension problem, uneven ground, or a shifted load. Doing that, I'm going to hover my hands over the wheel. And that worked properly. Now, I'm going to build my pressure back up so I can do my air leakage test. This is the only time you can help this build up pressure, is through this test. Now, I'm going to place my truck back in low gear. I'm going to shut my truck off. I'm going to turn my key back to the on-right position. Now, I'm going to do my static test. Well, I'm going to push in both my knobs. After the initial 10 to 15 psi air loss, I should lose no more than 3 psi in 1 minute. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. You count till the examiner tells you to stop. Next, I'm going to do my applied test. I'm going to apply firm pressure or 85 psi to my brake pedal. After the initial 10 to 15 psi air loss, I should lose no more than 4 psi in 1 minute. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. Again, you count till the examiner tells you to stop. Next, I'm going to do my low warning light and buzzer test. I'm going to fan my brakes down until my lights and buzzer come on. The buzzer will not sound in this truck unless it's running. My lights should come on at or above 60 psi. Okay, that worked properly. Next, I'm going to do my emergency spring brake test or the emergency pop-out test. I'm going to continue to fan my brakes until my knobs pop out. My trailer valve should pop out between 40 and 20 psi. My tractor valve should pop out between 40 and 20 psi. And my trailer brake should pop out first to help prevent a jackknife. All right, that worked properly. Now I'm going to do another neutral safety start. Neutral, safety, start. I am now in recovery. My system should build from 0 to 80 psi in 3 to 3.5 minutes at normal idle. It should continue to build from 85 to 100 psi in 45 seconds at normal idle. The governor should kick in between 90 and 100 psi, and it should kick out between 120 and 125 psi. If my air pressure continues to build at 150 psi, my safety release valve will open, saving my system from damage. That concludes the in-cab. Any questions on it?